They're going to head into the pit, OG. They're confident, knowing Seb can sit there on the high ground, ready with the counterplay. Arme getting sprouted. Chalice looks to make a play, jumps in, immediately going for it with the lasso. Has he got the control to get the damage out? He can. That's going to be Arne dead, but Anna buys back straight away. Arme moving in with the BKB. Roshan's still alive throughout this all. They've lost Thompson. The slide, the change, the remnant across. They'll get the kill onto Chalice, but now Anna's in the middle of it all. Uses himself up the flame guard, ticking it right down like the slide of fist. The RP. Seb, he's got the control onto Arme. As OG, they fight three. They look towards Somnus, surrounding him in the pit. Somnus, he'll go down as well. The buyback from Anna, securing the fight here for OG. As only X-Nova left alive, but not for long. They chase him down, they get the team.
You need to be a top zone hero that is like comfortable. Lina has like disables. This is kind of bad against Kanka because you get caught. You know, we don't have a proper save, and we wanted Zeus more because it has more value against the Terrorblade. So, I mean, everyone is happy with the draft. We're gonna go along with it.
357, same question. Helen is helping us translate as well. What can you tell us about your strategy for this final game?
这是第5盘了，选手听不到我们现在说的话，我们想听你最真实的想法。这第5把怎么样？
我觉得就是这个宙斯这个点，如果能处理好就还好吧。宙斯这个点蛮克 TB 的。
If we can take off the Zeus, then we're all good because Zeus is a counter against Terrorblade.
Confidence level?
自信心满吗？自信心满度。
很有自信，可以的。
Very confident, we can do it.
Confidence level?
Over 9,000.
All right, casters, this is your grand final.
Thank you very much, KC. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game 5 of the TIA Grand Finals between PSG, LGD, and OG. And it all starts right here. Boys, what do we reckon about this final draft from both teams that we're going to see in this Game 5?
I'm still resetting. I'm still resetting, honestly.
Oh man, Game 4. Whew, what a game. But here in this Game 5, yeah, we have the Zeus versus Terrorblade, first place Terrorblade. Not really vulnerable to that many picks, but as Professor Roll was talking about, yeah, Zeus and Lina, one of the best. I don't think Thompson's Lina has been particularly fantastic, but his Zeus the other day was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, in particular, just a lot of ults. Of course, like if they can get the big, if they can make the Magnus work. That's the big thing I'm looking for OG. Can they actually enable this Magnus? Can he enable their corners as well? And how much can they make happen in this bottom lane?
Dude, Seb has been spamming that hero.
He has been.
Plays Magnus non-stop. And his team is really good about capitalizing on his RPs. Normally there's like, you know, that 1 second delay. It's like, oh, he RP'd. But I think with Seb on the Magnus, they know when it's going to happen.
On this game, this top lane should be extremely difficult for OG. This Batrider, unless he gets really pressured by the early Treants, should be able to have a really good time versus Ember and Nature's Prophet. He just run them down with the Fissure if he gets his stacks up. Mid matchup, I think Somnus should be able to have a fine time, and they can even have the kill threat and rotations. But Thompson also shouldn't get killed by himself by any means with Zeus.
No, we should expect to see Thompson have a much better time against Somnus compared to when he was playing his Invoke.
Absolutely.
I think this game, the team fight is very even on both sides. So you have Magnus on one side, you have the Silencer to counter it, you have the Batrider, but he's only single target relative to a huge amount of AoE damage coming out from OG, so I think these lineups are fairly equal.
Yeah, the thing I like about OG's draft is they have, the one thing I always look at when you're playing versus a Silencer is a way to get vision of where that Silencer is in the team fight. So they've got the Zeus ability to do that, and then they can pierce the backlines with an Ember Spirit to get on top of it, so that can be pretty nice for them. But as for LGD, they do have a lot of ways of initiating fights. They have their Kunkka to start it, and then they have the follow-up with Global Batrider and Earthshaker. It's a lot of ways to actually initiate and counter-initiate.
I mean, Kunkka has also been maybe's best hero this tournament. He has just been destroying on that. And it is a pretty easy lane versus Zeus, but actually even in CS.
Yeah, I think his Kunkka and his Storm for me have been unbelievable. We'll probably see the similar build that he's been doing on that Kunkka. Maybe not double bracer, but at least one of those bracers, and this time he's going to go for like the magic wand. Derek's heavy harass will be.
A lot of potential for X-Nova this game to have a huge impact. We've seen from the silencers through and through this competition. So many times these sort of big team fights put to a halt. You've got to be careful if you're this Ember, or if you are, of course, Seb on the Magnus, in terms of holding on to the RP in top lane. Bit of a block off here onto Ana. He's got the stick charges. He does have 3 stacks of sticky napalm upon him as Chalice diving in. Gets that first blood. Tanks up a bit of the tower, but he's able to get his way out of it. It's PSG LGD. Off to a strong start in this top lane.
Yeah, a little bit of risky move by Noto. He TP'd, but he didn't TP back home. He TP'd and pulled away. And Ana was just let out there by his lonesome.
They have to go for those type of kills constantly in the top lane. Because Batrider, you don't really last hit that great in the laning phase. You're just gonna get your last hits through your Firefly once you're able to do some stacks and whatnot. So they have to play very aggressive up clear whenever they see an opportunity if Ana steps up too far. Bottom lane going very well. Seven's doing a great job with that Empower. They're really messing with Ame's last hits with the Fate Bolt as well. You see he's got that massively reduced damage. He's sitting at 40 compared to Seb's 80.
Lifted, or he can get lassoed, he can get fissured, he can get echoed. There's so many counterplays, especially Global Silence. So I wouldn't feel super comfortable as a Magnus here. You really want someone else to jump in, like the Ember.
Tops steps up a bit far in the mid lane. FY as well as Somnus, they're catching on him. There's boots on that
They
shaker.
should have the catch here with the fish up into the X-Mark Torrent combo. Of course, Thompson, will he die to the Ancients? He won't. Somnus gets the hit in. Tidebringer, he has the damage to claim the second kill here for PSG LGD.
FY has been doing a really good job controlling both runes. 2-minute rune, he got the haste. 4-minute rune. Make sure that Zeus can't get it. He did rush a bottle and won't be able to get that regeneration rune that is generally a lane rune for the Zeus.
Now FY's got it, so he can even keep his pressure on this map. At the moment, he's getting close to Arcane Boots. Shaker. Jarex in some trouble here.
Fisher block not quite successful, but it doesn't look like it may matter with the damage coming out between the two of them. Slow from the curses.
Still
in he goes. FY one more slam with the totem.
Full mana.
They're trying to go around, maybe try and get a kill on Chalice up here, but it doesn't matter. Shaker's there or not, they can get the kill.
Bounty runes. It looks like they're going to be the ones to claim 3.
Top lane, a bit of a dive going on to Ana. He's got 5 stacks at the moment on him. No-tail will TP, and Chalice is tanking quite a bit of the tower. Stick charges are there from Ana.
He's living.
As Ana will be fine there. I don't think, by the looks of it, Chalice checked the stick charges on Ana as he was A-okay. Mid lane at the same time, Thompson getting gone, and FY's there with the combo. Helping out Somnus secure that kill onto the Zeus.
You kind of expect this from Zeus, just because he dies doesn't mean the lane's going poorly. It's actually kind of expected, I would say. But really, he'll just contribute later on in the team fights. He's not quite level 6 yet.
I mean, that one death that he did have, it does start to hurt you because you get that level disadvantage.
FY again.
FY making those moves all over the place.
Absolutely setting up for another kill here as they chase down Jerax. More +2 for the Silencer top lane as well. Chalice runs down Ana. It's 6-1. The kill's starting to really build up in this first 6 minutes of gameplay from PSG LGD.
They don't have a real good way to protect their Ember Spirit in that top lane. If anything, they need the Rubik there to help him to pull that aggressiveness that's coming up from Chalice off of him.
And they're not slowing down this Earthshaker's farm at all. He has 500 gold and Arcane Boots. If he gets an early blink, I mean, I'm really scared for OG.
Yep.
Now Seb.
Seb is in a lot of trouble here too.
He is. They're coming looking for him in the trees. FY's there ready for him. Waiting for
He
him.
was right on top of him.
3-0-3 on this Earthshaker already at the 6.5 minute mark.
Power of the Shaker. We've seen it not only in this finals, but throughout the whole tournament. FY, one of, if not the best Shaker in the game at the moment. And he's certainly showing it here in the game where it all counts the most. Trying to set up, buying time for No-Tail to come through. Somnus does get the bow tap, but he's already dead. Thunder God's Wrath from Thompson will burst him down. They did send 4 heroes in for this one though, OG. Seb also joining in the middle lane.
They get the Kunku kill, which is great, but now Ame's just got an open lane to himself. Now there's no pressure being put on this Tower Blade at all. Actually recovered really well. 36 and 14 last hits.
Yep, and they expended Zeus ult too, so not too much kill potential on the side lanes. They still have that double combo though from the Wrath of Nature.
In range there to dispel the smoke straight up. Jerax.
Jerax is pulling an X Nova right now, right? Just smoking through and just putting down some words, getting ready for the next movements that are coming out.
And again, Somnus having a very scary start to this game. He's top on the CS. We saw what he was able to do with a good opening on his Kunku earlier in this series. And so far, he's on the right track to offering a repeat performance.
Zeus also has to be careful, not only the global, but the curse. The curse really hurts Zeus.
It's true.
Especially because it's been buffed so many times.
Ana, level 6 here, has a remnant.
A little harder for Chalice to find those kills now. Does have that lasso up. Has no tail. He's been found out. He'll pop the Sprout down, but it'll be cut through by Somnus as another kill for Somnus in that middle lane.
Yeah, he playing with TP to try and steal the room.
Yep.
He did get the regen.
They do send Thompson down here to put a bit of harassment onto Arme. Arme's behind the tower. Instant TP comes in from FY as well, so OG can't dive.
They can't put a lot of pressure on the Terrorblade here though, with the Zeus as well as that Shockwave spam coming out from that Magnus. They can't slow down his farm a bit and force that reaction from LGD at least.
But look at this, 8.5 minutes in. Somnus doing a lot of damage to this mid-tier 1 tower. The pressure that he's putting on, incredibly impressive in this middle lane.
They really can't afford to give up this tower right now. I think both the Shaker and the Batrider, they're on their way to their blinks. That tower is going to make it that much easier.
Top lane Chalice, playing around with that. He's holding on to Lasso for now. Now he'll pop it, feeling that he's got the damage to do the kill. And Ana. Stick charge back up, able to get away mid lane. Seb comes in with a rotation, pops the RP down onto Somnus. They've got the burst, the setup's there. Takes 4 of them, but it does get them the kill on Somnus. And with sort of how beefy he was, it did look like they did need all 4 to get that kill.
I think Somnus did spend his gold before he died. Pretty close to all of it. He does have his face boost. Yeah.
I mean, those kills start that up. No, you know, they have to commit 4 heroes, but it's time off the map, right? That's where 10 more seconds where the Kunkka's not there to be threatening kills all over the place, and Thompson gets a little bit of a break on the Zeus to not have to worry about dying.
And they're focusing on him because they know they can deal with the Terrorblade with the Zeus later if it gets to that point of the game. So if they had to choose in between these 2 cores, it's definitely going to be the Kunkka.
Jarek.
FY goes for the setup, the Bishop into the combo. Torrent will be dodged. No Tail's actually going to TP in for this one as Somnus beats down onto Jarex. Jarex able to get himself away. No, he's not! The tiebreaker from Somnus finds the kill. FY walks in for the Echo Sound. The silence is there on Seb. Seb's coming to the fight, but he's instantly going to get sent out with a slap as FY chunks him down with the Enchant Totem. There's No Tail also in trouble. Chalice diving on forward. Kill after kill. Ana, can he do anything in return? He comes in with the slide. The Remnant as well, looking for X Nova and Somnus. He can't quite finish it off. And Arme, he's turned up, and he'll be able to take down Ana.
What a collapse by LGD. Even how does Arme just show up there?
12-3 now, and a 3K lead very early on for PSG LGD.
Look at this item build coming out. Chalice too. I thought he was going for the Blink Dagger, but it looks like he has Atos queued up and he keeps switching it up, but Atos to deal with the Ember?
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
That's gonna be pretty nasty. I mean, that's so much disable versus him. I think this is only because FY's having such a great game. They can rely on him to initiate the fights.
He's so close to the Blink Dagger.
And then Chalice, it makes him incredibly tanky on this Batrider. If he just charges in and you get a fissure, the follow up afterwards, because FY's gonna have that Blink so early on. It'd definitely be an interesting approach here to just catch out all the time.
Jarex shows himself mid, but they've got the catch ready to deal with him. X-Mark into the combo. Jarex, another casualty here in the middle lane for OG. It's PSG LGD. They want to finish off this tower. TPs are coming in. Seb, you have the damage here to help bring this man down. He'll pop the RP. He's not messing around. The torrent comes out. Chalice will still fall though. OG get the kill. Again, cost them a lot. If they keep that tier 1 alive, they can look for the deny.
Yeah, they can secure the deny, which is beneficial from here. But as all this is happening, Ame is not getting pressured, and FY pretty much has that Blink Dagger, but they do at least have the Zeus to counteract that update.
This is a scarily quick Blink Dagger here for FY. We've already seen what he can do. He's 4-0-6 at the moment, at 11 minutes in on his Shaker.
With I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea. It takes time for it to pass through you, right? So it's like...
But your Shaker, you have Global Silence, you have Shaker Blink. I think it might be a risk worth taking. I mean, Ame, he's not the safest of carry players. As we saw last game, he went to Fusible before BKB very early on. He has nothing in his quick buy yet, but just want to get a feel for his BKB timing.
Yeah.
This top. They go. Global. They dive. Global to set up the jump in from FY. As Ana caught out underneath the tier 2 tower. Maybe they can get more as well as Chalice hides onto Jarex. TP will come in from No Tail, but Chalice commits with the lasso, dragging No Tail away into the clutches of the rest of LGD as they'll surround him and find a second kill for Arme.
Next up, quietly sneaking by. He's like, yeah, give me all that int, 12 int already for him. Just sitting in the back, staying alive. That's what his job is.
And look at the change build coming out from maybe in this game. Not going for that Shadow Blade, actually just building a hood for his team. Well, for himself at least, for now. If he doesn't want to upgrade it, I don't know if he will. But
I think in the other games, they had BKB early, they won the team fights, and then late game, they actually got punished, I would say, for buying BKB so early. This game, switching around a little bit, and the Atos is already up for the Bat Rider, so that's another threat that the Ember Spirit needs to worry about. Normally, he's like, okay, Shaker, yeah, he has a blink, and there's Level Silence, but I should be okay most of the time. Now there's 3 heroes that can kill him.
yep. And Ame is going for the greedy build, like you mentioned. He is going to go for that Yasha, since he has all those different forms of protection from his teammates.
A decent amount ahead as well. 15 minutes, 5k advantage. PSG LGD hitting all these timings, and on top of that hurt, he's already 1200 towards the Shadowblade Summoners.
Shooting that mid lane.
A look for the setup, straight from the torrent. They get the connection into the boat, but the Sleight of Fist actually going to be able to come out in time. It may not matter though, X-Nova's in, but the Remnant's out. He'll get himself back to safety, Anna.
Dire's top tower.
What a great slight.
Yeah, dodges everything there. During all this though, the wording
Oh, there's a
coming
blink
up again.
coming out from Seb. Has it been scouted out? No, the Zerber ward's on the low ground. They don't see this coming at all.
Let's see if Seb can get a big jump. Chalice and FY rather close to one another at the moment as they hide behind that tower. Seb,
Dire's
Look at FY's position. He is so deep in the tree. Perfect place.
and they go. For Chalice, the
Chains
change
hit.
catching the root. It's going to be down onto the Ember Spirit. Fisher as well onto Seb. I know that he's got that blink. The Urn's down on him as well as the curse. Seb's got to skewer himself away. He cannot blink in.
That's not the way you want your blink dagger to
Oh,
go, though.
he's trying to TP away. Is he going to get out? He is. No, he's not. He ticks down in base. As they'll find themselves Jerax as well. Global silence being used as they'll chase down the Rubik.
And
2 more kills for LGD. Thompson found in the river.
That was just perfect position coming out from FY over there. He was ready. Even if he had the RP, I don't think he would have been able to get the skewer off.
They are absolutely crushing this opening PSG LGD.
I mean, they're feeling very confident because they're looking and they're like, there's a Rubik and an H-Prop have more team fight in the occasions when RP is on cooldown.
Bottom lane. They're looking for the Terrorblade. TP's coming in. Can they kill him in time? Arme quick with the turn and the Sunder. He's back up to full. As now Anna rooted down with the bottom 8. He gets the Sleight of Fist off. They do have the control onto Arme. Can they kill him in time? Arme will fall. But so will Anna surely. He's got the Flame Guard giving him some resistance, but he'll still go down. Thompson using himself up into the LG. They found 2 so far, but Thompson's brought back into the boat from Somnus. They'll get themselves a third. They'll look to No Tail as No Tail fishes in the face from FY. As again, PSG LGD just coming out on top of these trades. OG tried to get aggressive onto Arme, but the backup's there in time from LGD as they'll take the favorable trade, 4-2.
I do think that's what OG needs to be doing though. They need to be trying to take these fights, even if they're a little over aggressive and all. They can't just allow LGD to wait for their ultis to come up every single time, because now they've got Global and the Earthshaker ulti as well, which makes the fights impossible for OG.
No hesitation.
It's also pretty significant if you can get it off, but
Oh yeah, Coco Book is huge, but I don't think anything compares to the RP.
yeah.
Bottom lane. No Tail trying to set up onto Somnus. They'll run it forward with Anna. The boat's already out there for Somnus. Somnus trying to look at the trees. He's hunting actually down No Tail. The global silence comes out. Anna not quite able to get on top of X-Nova as X-Nova keeps his distance. Somnus just turning and beating down on No Tail. No Tail will go down as well as X-Nova. 1-for-1 at the moment. The sentry's down here from OG. They have eyes on Somnus. Seb still holding him for the side. Then there'll be a buyback from No Tail. The boat, the stolen boat, the RP coming through. They're jumping in. The FY's there with a slam, ready to hold off for the fight. But Chalice is so low. Chalice is going to go down. PSG LGD, they've lost 3. FY with the TPL won't make it. The Sleight of Fist, the change. Anna catches out the Shaker. Can he TP back in time before the curse kills him? Yes, he can.
Well, that's exactly what you talked about, the stolen boat. The
Yep.
run buff on Ana just pushed them over the edge for the fight.
Literally at the perfect time too. The boat comes through as FY goes in, so that damage reduction comes into play immediately. That was huge.
What a fight for them to take there. If you saw FY jumping in with a slam. If they'd have lost that fight, OG, it could have been just a little too much. At 20 minutes in, they were falling far and far behind. No Tail, I don't know if he meant to trap himself there. It looked like he tried to block them off between the 2 of them. I don't know if it would have saved him anyway, though, as they still find the kill. No Tail taken down. We'll see this once again here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Great steal. The boat right there, as we see, immediate RP. Everything came out at the same time. It's like RP, Earthshaker ulti, as well as that ghost ship.
The boat gets on all 3 of them.
Yep.
And another great sight coming out from Ana. He dodged just that little bit of
And look at
damage.
that. The boat buff as well on Anna. If that wasn't there, everything sort of just coming into place for OG to be able to take that team fight. But still,
I don't think
Fine
Ame was
leader.
involved in that fight. though. So, you know, LGD doing their typical 45, sometimes maybe on the Alchemist assignment with Ame on the Terrorblade, and he is looking to get involved very soon, about 300 gold away from his BKB. And I think that fight, also, they singled out the Silencer very early on, making him blow global, and then after that, going with the RP.
Yeah. I think also it's like Ame didn't have meta available. If he has meta, sometimes he does show up for the fights before the BKB, but now he's got both available, so this is go time for LGD. Even if they, how long is their Echo? So Echo and Global are going to be up in about 20 seconds, so yeah, they're definitely ready to make a fight happen.
They're smoking, but Chalice does not have his blink tag yet. He has to go all the way back, so he's way further behind than the rest of his team.
So they can get the catch onto Anna. Fisher, jump ball from FY. They've got the chain stun. Is there any way they can play his way out? The Global's coming through. The mech will be popped here. Anna's up into the air. Chalice looks around him, but he gets the slide out. Could he get over to the Remnant as well? No. There's the jump, the RP. They'll get the kill onto Anna. Seb tries to skewer the two of them to the side, but now he's stuck on his own on the low ground. Arme's there on the high ground. Pops the BKB. No messing around for this Terrorblade. As Arme will help take a second here for LGD.
That split was so good. Seb was just waiting for that RP, but he was only able to get one. He thought that they would all clump up around the Ember Spirit.
As they'll look to capitalize on this metamorphosis as much as possible. Straight into the pit they go.
Man, I'm really loving this Atos on the Bat Rider too. It's just making Ana's life that much more difficult in these fights. He's just having to use the slight to try to buy some time while he's inside that Atos, but then he comes back still working so controlled.
Well, OG may be looking to fight. There is no Remnant out on the Ember Spirit.
Do get X-Nova on the side of an FY. He jumps in with the Echo Slam. Jax is going to be there with the telekinesis, but already they've lost No Tail. In the X mark, it's there onto Thompson, who yules himself up. He will be able to keep himself away. Somnus is hunting though. The Thunder God's Wrath comes through. Let's see Somnus. LGD straight back towards the pit. Oh, FY. He's losing that fight to the Roshan. Will smoke his way out.
They need a shrine really fast. Ana going to see this Roshan. Actually, 20%. Do they really want to leave it there?
It's so low.
No RP up.
No meta on LGD either, but they've got their both. They've got the strong Kunkka.
And Lasso's almost up too. This is time for Chalice to shine. They have vision.
FY. Don't get the fish around time for Jerax to catch FY. Somnus. Chalice there in the pit. He tried to jump forward his step, but instantly FY's there with the reaction. The enchant totem's down. Seb's been cursed. X-Nova trying to go for it. They do manage to get the chainsaw onto the Bat Rider. The Courier actually being taken down here, but they've lost one, they've lost two, they've lost three. Buybacks coming out from the two of them. OG, they've got the double kill for Anna. They're pushing LGD away from this pit. X-Nova does not have buyback. Roshan still stands.
Only 12 seconds left for Global. LGD kind of need to reset, but the Roach is so low.
They have nearly got RP back up on Seb. That's both teams ready to fight around the pit. Seb, can he find a chance for the RP? Chalice on the high ground. They're going to head into the pit, OG. They're confident, knowing Seb can sit there on the high ground, ready with the counterplay. Arme getting sprouted. Chalice looks to make a play, jumps in, immediately going for it with the lasso. Has he got the control to get the damage out? He can. That's going to be Anna dead, but Anna buys back straight away. Arme moving in with the BKB. Roshan's still alive throughout this all. They've lost Thompson. The slide, the chains, the Remnant across. They'll get the kill onto Chalice, but now Anna's in the middle of it all. Uses himself up. The Flame Guard ticking FY down like the slide of fist. The RP. Seb, he's got the control onto Arme. As OG, they fight three. They look towards Somnus, surrounding him in the pit. Somnus, he'll go down as well. The buyback from Anna, securing the fight here for OG. There's only X-Nova left alive, but not for long. They chase him down. They get the team wipe. Triple kill for Anna as he buys back, plays his way back over into the pit, secures OG the team fight and himself the Aegis.
Now they have the huge offensive power with the level 4 and power and the offensive goal field coming out from the thing. Now there's just way too much damage. Yeah, they have the hood on the Kunkka, but that's really just not saving anyone at all. He has a lot of HP. He's going for his hard build, but terrible versus Zeus.
And Jerax during all of this had Fissure, just constantly throwing those fissures just for that straight hard. But he loves the item.
Oh, no cell. TP straight in here, right by the shrine.
Fissure stolen.
They do, they've got the setup onto FY. In comes Anna with the Remnant, the slide. A fist to find FY. OG, they're seeing if they can find more.
Arcane Rune on Ember Spirit. No way they take this fight.
Seb, you get the jump and they've got the Yules up onto X-Nova. Anna able to walk in, close the gap onto the silencer. As OG taking two down, now leading in this game. 4K net worth advantage for the side and still an Aegis.
Look at the experience drop too. It was both about 5K for LGD as OG makes a huge turnaround.
We do have the Blink Dagger on the Terrorblade for LGD so that he can blink it, but I mean, the reflection is not great here at all. It's actually one of the worst reflection games that I've seen. So
Yeah.
if he goes in and blinks, it's not super scary, and there's a ton of right click coming up from Emerson with the BKB piercing disable with the Magnus. So I don't know. I'm not confident in this Terrorblade being able to take over this team fight.
I think they're just trying to, like, the 3 different Blink Daggers to start the fight with that Global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice. He's in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent. Cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead once, but on the side. They find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. Oh, the use!
Echo gets
the
done.
dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slam. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kunkka. The stolen Vision Jerax sets up onto FY. OG take 3 and up into the base. 28 minutes in. OG are threatening the high ground of PSG LGD. This tier 3 tower going down, no buyback on FY, no buyback on Arme.
Ame just getting caught in the back lines of that fight, and then that Yule Scepter on
Yes, way too many defensive abilities at this point.
Yeah.
Especially with Jerax. I mean, they started the fight on FY at the Fissure, and after that, it's nearly impossible to kill Ana.
I mean, Jerax has been getting literally the most ideal steals in the last few situations. That bottom fight where they got the Ghost Ship, these last 2 fights where he just had Fissure every single time for his team.
And he doesn't exactly know when to use Global. There's not exactly like the greatest point because they're not initiating with the Magnus. Ana's jumping in. Ana's getting jumped on. He's the one that's starting off the fight, and you don't really want to Global because they have the Greaves up now on the Magnus. They have the Yules on the Ember Spear, so he can protect himself from that.
They've got the full axe on Zeus.
Yeah, this is time.
Everything is coming together here for OG.
Just took that one Roche.
Yep. I mean, when getting a Rax, everybody just picked up a full set of items. Getting close to a Lotus Orb now on the Furion 2, on the Nature's Prophet. They've got the Guardian Greaves going for that pipe and on Seb. Just everybody has acquired so much after that last situation.
And FY in particular has slowed down. He had what, 12-minute Blink Dagger? Since then, he's picked up an over axe. That's it. In 17 minutes.
And OG's they're looking to fight here. They feel strong. They know that this Echo Slam is still on.
How long till RP is back up? RP's there, they look for the setup onto Arme, they get the chains onto him, jump forward, Seb! Oh, the RP's just on the tip, pulls him in, but it's not enough to buy time to kill him. As Arme, there with the turnaround, pass the Sunder onto Anna, Anna's able to remnant out to the side, Chalice hiding in the trees, Thompson starting to throw out the lightning as Arme, Chalice backing away, skewer forward from Seb as he clears out the trees, Chalice still with the Firefly, getting himself away, will jump himself away from the Nimbus, backs himself up, X-Nova's got to be careful, he's incredibly low, they're looking to set up with the Torrent, Arme, he's been sprouted, the stolen Fissure from Jerax, out to Arme, but they're fighting with the slam, is it enough? No, it's not, LGD have lost 2 yet again, but they have managed to find 2 in return, Anna's still alive, the Flame Guard keeping it fight again, the Slide of Fist cuts down a second double kill for Anna, Chalice surrounded by 7 Anna here in the trees, as OG get the team wipe.
Ana has been unbelievable with these sliders.
Oh, Anna Ember Spirit, a thing that over the years, we saw it before he had his break, and now back here at the International 2018, he's doing what we've seen him do many times before.
And OG's ready to keep going. They know that pretty much everything was expended by LGD there. The meta's on cooldown, the global's on cooldown, the echo's on cooldown. It's their time to shine.
Straight down the middle lane they go. Somnus dead for 40 seconds. The Kunkka does not have buyback for this defense.
They're having to use Echo to keep Ana down, and that is not what you want from your team fight. And Ana's not even dying in these fights.
That's a tier 3 tower gone.
Even for this next fight, Jerax actually stole Ghost Ship at the end of it. So he has this available.
There's a full pipe now, and there's the setup, the Nimbus, bam, the stolen bow, X-Nova gone. Buys back, but OG have taken a second melee Rax hit and a second range Rax. 20,000 net worth lead at 31 minutes.
They still want to keep going.
They absolutely do.
They know everything's still on cooldown.
Check the RP timing, it's nearly there again. It is. It's back up.
This could be the last hurrah for LGD here now as OG has pushed this game.
Radiant's top shrine is
And
under
they're forced to go full defensive items on LG because they've been dying constantly with these fights, and there's this Zeus just throwing out tremendous damage output. And on the flip side, you have Seb. He does not force to go BKB. He can go full team fight items with the Greaves and the Pipe, and that goes a long way to Ana not dying.
LGD will have some time, at least not having that last Drax be pushed. They will have all their abilities available again. They're heavily on the back foot now as we see that gold advantage and that network and that experience advantage heavily in OG's favor.
They're in a really tough spot right now. If they jump on it with everything and he has Remnant out and he bites back, they're all dead and they lose the game and the international. So I don't exactly know what LGD's plan is here to try and win the next fight. Maybe jump Magnus because he can't be there in the fight. Maybe jump the Zeus, but I don't think jumping Ember will win this fight.
If they can somehow jump the Ember and not have to use absolutely everything to kill him, then that's going to be the dream. But it's been proven to be so hard versus Ana as he's just played this in such a good way.
And Jerax still has the Ghost Shield.
has fallen.
Here we go. OG with the smoke.
They've got all the momentum pushing in from those waves.
They power down the mid lane. Thompson and Ana leading the charge. Somnus on the front at the moment. He's back up to the high ground. PSG LGD playing careful, making sure to not get jumped upon. As OG hide in the shadows, waiting to pounce. PSG LGD won't fall for this one as of yet.
But they're getting suffocated. They're not able to walk outside of the base at all.
There's no tap. Oh, he drops the ward, but the sentry was down. They knew he was there. They'll catch him hiding in the tree. So now with the Nature's Prophet gone for 85, PSG LGD can relax a little bit more.
But Roshan's almost up. They have the Nimbus Cloud inside to scout as soon as it comes up. And LGD, I don't think they can take a fight if they have the Aegis and Cheese.
Yep, I think they have to contest that next Roche.
Yep.
We see them, they're going to be smoking out.
It's their best chance.
Coming in though.
Super obvious now that the mid lane hasn't been touched. And
So-
even more obvious.
And now they know.
They know exactly where they are, and OG are nowhere to be found. And sadly, Roche is not good enough.
And gets hit by the Nimbus as well, so. And a scan for throw on top.
Oh, there's an arcane root on the Zeus.
Oh.
That is one of the worst possible scenarios for LGD.
Oh, and a full Octarine
Full
on
Octarine on Ana. Good luck controlling this Ember Spirit now. Level 23 as well. As Ana
He's
charges in.
committing forward.
He finds himself the change. The boat is going to head over towards his way, but he uses up. His Linkers has been popped set. Goes with the RP, dragging back the Kunkka. Can they kill off Somnus? He's very tanky without heart. It looks like he'll be fine. They'll get the challenge jump with the lasso onto the Ember Spirit, the FY Echo Slam as well onto Ana. Can they actually kill him off? They don't have the damage. Ana's able to get the Sleight of Fist out. There'll be a buyback from Thompson as Jarek, the Solar Fissure onto 2, sets up for the double kill. Ana, he's found 2, and OG looking for more. Seb trying to hunt down Somnus, the dust upon him. Seb's got the skewer, he's got the blink up. Can he peel him back towards his teammates? He can't quite catch him. Somnus will be able to back up a no-tail. He's in with the Sprout, the chains, the setup's there. Ana closing in. He'll be forced to the side. Somnus, can he get himself back to the fountain? He'll turn, he'll clean out the summons there with the Tidebringer hit. But he's stuck in the tree line. Ana just going for the kill. Is Somnus still alive? They get themselves now a bigger target, potentially Arme. Arme, he's sprouted. He has got something. Can he get it off? He can't. Arme cut down as the tier 4's now being taken by OG. There's all the Tidebringer hits. Big with the Chalice. It's another down. OG, can they get Somnus? He's doing his best to hold 10 seconds before he's got teammates back in Seb. Peeling Somnus away from the fountain. Anna's on top of it. Somnus down to half health. He's trying to retreat with the chains. They get themselves another Somnus taken down. Zame with a BKB reflection. Ana starting to be forced back. They have got X-Nova and FY back in the game now. No Echo Slam or Global. The Ancient is exposed. As OG, the Nimbus down, the shockwave from Seb gets themselves another. They're onto the Ancient.